All 5 members of Reciprocity, and in that one epic moment, he came in chat and said, please help. So he was looking for help from the chat as he was getting beat down. Game is getting started, baby. I'm ready. I'm excited. NRG versus Fire and Ice is going to be our first map here, played on District. And already, Raver's going to be brought to all fours and finished off. Solars with a good pick.
Solars getting that nice kill on the Raver. Of course, we saw this Fire and Ice team looking so strong on their initials against Reciprocity. NRG doing their best to equalize that. Looks like they're doing so right now. Numbers trying to kind of go into the COG team's favor. You see Choche stuck in that juice area. Knows not much he can do, and it looks like NRG beginning to take control of the B hill. But on the other end, it's Crystallize. Getting a number of big kills as well, swaying numbers back in FNI's favor. Now Solars ends up finding himself all alone out of nowhere. What looked like a good advantage has quickly been turned on its head. Now Fire and Ice, they're on all 3 hills. NRG got to choose what way they're going to go. Someone's going to try to get to B as fast as he can. He gets dropped right beforehand, isn't able to get the touch. A good start by NRG with Fire and Ice, and the just snap of a finger turns the round on
Thanos,
its head.
baby.
And boom, they start off with a lead.
That's a good start. If you're in the LATAM scene, you're proud, you're happy. Fire and Ice, guns blazing, coming out ready to play. This was, in fact, their pick. Well, they're making it work. They're making it happen. 56 seconds to start us off. Now, we know NRG, though, once they get mad, once they get angry, that's a team to watch out for. And maybe that right there is going to be the fuse to set them off. I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to respond. Already, we're going to be building off the back utility items. You know, Fire and Ice trying to get to the Boltox as quickly as they possibly can. They love using it. And I'm just kind of curious to see how this is going to play out. Still very early on. The first time we have seen Fire and Ice play off against NRG here on District. So kind of curious to see how both sides will fare between the two. Now, that battle in mid is going to take place. You know, Raver is going to be on the lookout for Mental. Mental does hit a nice brick, but not able to solidify at least a full kill. He's going to go ahead and push forward. Tries to get a little aggressive to finish Raver. Not going to happen. Crystallize makes him pay.
Yeah, another good start from NRG, but it's Crystallize once again, who is the kind of the equalizer for this Fire and Ice team. But NRG this time does get control of that B hill. Solar's in a tough spot. It is once again Crystallize ending his run. Starts to make his way over towards the B hill himself. He is going to be met by a number of Lancers from NRG. Exploit's going to be there for the revive. Crystallize advances forward again. Have their sights set over towards that B hill. You see NRG set up pretty well. 2 members in Juice. Members over in Cinema. Summons. It's a double kill. Advantage currently sitting in NRG's hands. Now they're trying to move forward over towards the C hill. I think they know that Summons and NRG have complete control of the B hill. The next kind of logical move is to go for that OE.
Ooh, hit Solars with a break. Yeah, that was a big push, and Crystallize, ever so aggressive, will finally get put down. Raver, he's forced to back off, and Crystallize picks up Explosive and Co. You could be thinking they would have been very much so in control of C, but not going to happen. And they're going back to step number 1, trying to just regain control of the map and those angles. Praised and Raver, though, will have a little 1v1 action. Raver focuses attention onto Explosive. He's in a bad position. It's going to be a tough one to get out of. You got to be thinking he's going to drop it. There he goes. Finally, Mental able to take him out. Summons onto Crystallize. Choche's going to drop himself. Another one as NRG continues to wipe Fire and Ice out.
Yeah, praised. She's backing up, playing his space, not getting in chunk range. Great teamwork coming in from NRG. Once again, that emote coming through from Summons as they equalize this at 1 round apiece. Keep in mind, they don't have many reps on this district map, so a lot of kind of learning process for them as they go. Meanwhile, we saw Fire and Ice looking very, very strong on this very, very same map.
Well, we'll have to see if Fire and Ice will be able to continue that momentum from before in semifinals, and still a lot to be told. Very early on, but all tied up 1-1, and a well-fought-out fight, and it really had, I guess, reached an apex over at Charlie, right? And that's where we saw a couple players from Fire and Ice kind of move forward. It was Crystallize, and he was joined by, I believe, was it Choche or Exploits? But he was joined by one of them, and they were eventually silenced by Explosives. And then that, of course, transferred over all the way across mid-map over towards Bravo, and NRG was able to at least slay Fire and Ice out, take over that win. So this comes to show those crucial fights where you place your members do matter. A fight for mid. Solars onto Exploit. Solars, despite being all red, takes out 1 and 2. And a good job from him as now B-God on the back pedal. Solars quickly wanting to take him out. Crystallize, he's going to drop as well. Another fantastic initial for the start of NRG.
NRG looking strong, and you can see B-God stuck between sort of a rock and a hard place. Even though he wins the fight, no one can get to the hill in time. A very, very quick start from NRG once again pays off. They find themselves up now 2-1 on what used to be their autoban. It's not a bad start.
Not a bad start at all, right? And you know, it's unique when it comes to Emergence days. You get these teams who, like, for example, NRG, maybe, you know, not accustomed to playing District as much, now gets the opportunity to do so against some of the top teams in the world. And that's the best kind of practice that you can possibly get whenever it does come to District. NRG has actually never played this map whenever it comes to finals. So in all 4 weeks that they have appeared in finals against Reciprocity, and of course now Fire and Ice, they've never once played District. So this is the first time we get to see them really showcase their abilities here. As you said, it was typically autoban, so very interesting stuff. But fight on to Bravo is going to take place. 3 players are going to be there for both teams. Stuns are going to come out. Once they clear out, you got to be thinking Solar's going to push forward. Raver now backing up. He's going to get hit. Solar's as well. Solars does roll in. Luckily, maintains his life. Manages to get Raver down. Solars will drop. Crystallize gets to pick up, and there it is onto Explosives. And the kill feed all red. Fire and Ice. Great job.
Yeah, looking much, much stronger on this initial. Trying to tie this up before the half. We talk about now with these shorter escalation maps, just how much each one of these rounds means. It's no longer one of those situations where you can kind of go down 0-2, 0-3, whatever it is early and make that comeback. Now every round is very, very important. So Fire and Ice trying their best to just take this first half, tie it up 2-2. You're going to see Solar set up in juice. And Fire and Ice just racking up time, racking up that lead. Again, this B hill on District can be so hard to break sometimes. That's why a lot of times you do see teams just decide to go ahead and make that OE onto the opposition's home hill.
That's kind of what's happening, isn't it? You see on that mini-map, the blue arrows are starting to set up, and you know they want to rotate over towards Alpha. A lot of coverage, a lot of angles, as NRG could go either which way. Finally, a break is going to happen, and 2 players are, in fact, going to go through mid. Unfortunately, Solars will get caught off guard. He'll finally get picked up. Lancer Fire from afar being a nuisance. Same thing onto Raver. I don't think the finish will happen onto Explosive either. Solar's going to be brought down the full red, but they all managed to escape, but the deviation does happen. They're going to be on Alpha.
And B-God sees the push coming. You can see the top of your screen now. Fire and Ice building a bigger and bigger lead. At the current rate, Swarm will win in 40 seconds. Prey's trying to fight over towards B. I think he knows he's outmanned. Push for this NRG team's going to be at the home, though. B-God's going to back up. Get a couple of early shots in, but yeah, needs more reinforcements if he's going to make this happen.
Absolutely. Chonche is going to be joining him. The King and the God, both side by side. As Explosive is going to be the only one. Now the benefit, though, is Fire and Ice does have the lead, and NRG hasn't got a full cap yet onto A. B-God could avoid that. NRG, though, is going for the trip cap. The Mr. Krabs going into effect. Not going to happen. Fire and Ice a little bit too savvy, as they do regain control of Bravo to keep that point lead.
Yeah, and Hill's being broken left and right, of course, this currently favors F&I. F&I with that drop shot as well. Shoots it, actually ends up missing, does get the fresh ammo. They should make sure they grab a hold of one of those hills. They've worked so hard to build this big lead. I don't think anyone knew on NRG that he was over at the B hill. Looks like they've chosen not to spawn up. A couple just kind of sitting their way. I think they knew the round was over. Yeah, Fire and Ice does do a good job of holding on, tying up that first half 2-2, keeping this neck and neck.
Yeah, and you know, unfortunately, the point just got away from NRG, and not spawning him was the right call.
It was the last round of the half. You got to chuck them all there, but I think they just knew at this point.
Yeah,
like, the time was away from them. The round was kind of a lost cause, and you're going to see both teams now putting double utility on the back end, both COG and Swarm. You see that flashbangs all around. I think that's because that drop shot was placed in the middle. I think they know that those extra flashes, those extra stuns are going to be so important over towards the power weapon. I think I count 5 alone just right there. Jeez. Numbers currently favoring F&I, but for how long? Mental. Couple nice shots. Gets the meat shield. Can he make it a second one? Crystallize. Right in front of me. Ends up unfortunately reloading. That's going to give Crystallize control of that drop shot. Advantage currently Fire and Ice, but no one's capped the hill just yet. So all Fire and Ice really has at the moment are their numbers.
Yeah, numbers and drop shot. So let's see if Crystallize can put that to good use. He's got a long range of sight. definitely could come in use. Fire and Ice now finally able to capitalize onto Echo now. To Foxtrot, Summons up close. Backs up, knows he was in a little bit of a trouble there in a 1v2. Regardless how good Summons is, it's not going to matter. From a distance, Crystallize will thread the needle onto Praise. Explosives will take his spot. Be careful, Explosives. Crystallize might have your number.
That was a little risky right there to shoot that drop like that, but man, did it pay off. Fire and Ice continuing to hold that lead. They have that 2 cap, so it's just going to get bigger and bigger over time. Again, holding that drop shot. What they got to make sure they do, though, is keep in mind the second drop shot, right? That second wave of power up, and that will come up. Currently, Crystallize has 1 bullet left in the chamber. That should be enough just for the time being to hold down that E-Hill. If you're NRG, you don't want to play the stalemate game for too long, right? You don't want to let them build that much of a lead.
It's a pretty sizable lead.
Here it comes, yeah.
Now
Initial damage comes in.
Explosives is forced to back
up.
Double. That's a great shot from Crystallize to pick up 2 and focus attention onto Praise. Praise is going to be weak from Lancer shots. Crystallize taking it very cautiously, joined by B-God, though. B-God gets chunked in the end. Praise holding his own, but eventually dropped to all 4s. But what a play from Crystallize with the drop.
Now if you're Fire and Ice, you got to be thinking about that next drop shot. You know that the members of NRG are going to be off spawn. You know they're going to naturally head towards that direction. It looks like Exploits and Raver are there waiting. The drop shot not up just yet. Here come NRG. Fire and Ice need to make sure they play this smart. They cannot afford to just give up numbers. They're almost crossing the 200-point mark. We've seen time and time again, even just tonight, what this NRG team can do at the last moment.
Oop, that's a good start, though. Exploits, big Solar's out. Raver from the corner takes out Summons. Mental will get the drop shot, but is it a little bit too late? It seems as if it might be, as the push is now going for Delta and NRG. Not a lot they could do. Yeah, they're going to get the neutralization on E, but at the end, I don't think they're going to be able to make it over towards F. 245 and counting, 2 caps, and that's it. Fire and Ice. They'll finally take the lead for the first time, 3-2.
Yeah, definitely looking strong. They look strong against Reciprocity, too, when that drop shot was in Cinema. So definitely a fight that they're pretty comfortable with at the moment. NRG, they got to find out some kind of way to kind of equalize them there. It seems like they've been a little bit outmanned over in that fight.
Yeah, definitely seems as if they had, and been a couple of opportunities. I think it's Praised who's really been the guy in the thick of it, trying to pick up a couple of the kills. He just hasn't been able to do so. But then again, it's a fresh round. None of that matters. Now it's an opportunity to capitalize on those mistakes. Fire and Ice, though, you can imagine if they win this, they'll be at 4-2 with NRG back against the wall. And Fire and Ice may be on the cusp of potentially taking game number 1, but first this push underway. Exploits will be the first one to get a touch, but he's not going to be able to get the full grab, as he is going to be dropped to all 4s. Praise as well is going to go down. He's going to be finished, and there it is once again. Fire and Ice, a great initial. Solars is going to be just across the way, but there's nothing he can do. Drop shot is now going to be in Exploit's hands.
Yeah, look at Exploits getting there and rotating, making the good play, not wasting one of those drop shots, getting around, using his teamwork.
Excellent work.
And he seems to be everywhere. He seems to be at the right place at the right time with the right weapon. Taylor Exploit has been playing so well for this new look Fire and Ice team. Has to be careful, though. He doesn't want to be in the front line. He does have the power up at the end of the day, so we don't want to give him too much gas and then have him go waste that drop shot. He quickly does back off. His team is on the hill. Haven't broken it just yet. Kind of dancing around with it.
And it's interesting, you know, he could have used a drop shot a little bit earlier onto Summons, but he decided to use the snub, got full red backed up. A drop shot probably in that position for one player. I don't know if it would have been entirely worth it, but at that point, NRG, we're still spawning up. But he still has it. It's in hands.
Finally get the break. That could be a big double if it's right. Gets at least one. It's going to be Summons.
NRG finding a way, an angle potentially to come through. That's going to be a good stun. Praise pushes forward. That's going to be on Exploits. Crystallized, though, on the Choche. That's unfortunate. Raver finishes onto Mental. Now NRG going for that push. You're seeing the confidence. Unfortunately, a trade will occur.
This is getting rough for F&I right now. Raver's the last member alive. Still pretty long spawns, giving his team as much time as possible to spawn up. Gonna end up getting pushed by Summons and Praise. Praise has to be careful himself, only sitting on 1 respawn.
NRG with the dong, going for the trip cap. Not gonna happen as of yet. Fire and Ice staying alive for the time being. The respawn economy, it's getting low. On for the side of NRG.
Yeah, both explosive and praised. after just one round, sitting at 1 apiece. They have to be careful here. They have a big lead on this round, but they don't want to go down 4-2. If you're FNI, you should be, I mean, head hunting right now.
And Raver does just that. Good Lancer fire onto Summons, gets the full finish. got onto Praise. Raver gets the finish. Up close is going to be Mental. Full red, though. He's going against the King, which is Choche. Mental up close, though, gets a nice shot. Unfortunately, none of them able to finish each other off. The back row comes through, and beyond all measure of a doubt, Mental now in a 1v2, still alive, but he goes down. The Dawn coming through. Swarm is about to dominate. Fire and Ice about to take it. It's going to be denied, but the damage has been done. Fire and Ice still in the driver's seat. They can capture E. They're going to be sitting quite well. At this point in time, they are still going to win on time alone.
Yeah, and Praise spawned back up and just ran in there to die. And look at Solar's out as well. We are only on the second round of the half, Taylor, and 2 members of NRG are out of spawns. Explosive on his very last spawn.
It's a rare sight, isn't it? You don't see that at all.
Not looking good for NRG when it comes to respawn economy. Summons going to basically be the last member there. I don't see anywhere where Mental wastes the spawn.
No, there's no need. This round is chalked. It's done. Fire and Ice is now leading 4-2. Unbelievable. NRG obviously the favorite coming into this finals, but Fire and Ice did pick District. This was the map that they wanted, well, for clear and obvious reasons. Crystallize and Raver both sitting at 23 elims. Crystallize has had a phenomenal game.
Yeah, he's been making huge plays.
Huge plays, and not only just, of course, with the shotty, but also with the drop shot as well. I mean, that time he threaded the needle, also getting the 2-piece as well. He's been slaying out, and that's why NRG's respawn economy is struggling. It's simply because of Crystallize and Raver. They've been slaying them out left and right.
Yeah, now if you're Fire and Ice, you have the advantages, right? You have the respawn economy in your hands. You have the round lead. You have the foot on the throat. Now's the time you got to step down and finish this map off. Crystallize with a beautiful insane grenade. Praise stuck in a tough spot. That's going to put him on his last life. And once again, Fire and Ice come away with the drop shot. It seems like no matter what team you put them against, they are winning that fight. They won it against Rec. They're winning it against NRG. Looking very, very poised. You're going to see both Solars and Praise on their very last life. Mental, Explosive, 1 away from that as well. If you're Fire and Ice right now, all you really need to do is just kind of stay alive as a unit. Don't get wiped. That's pretty much your win condition at this point, because eventually that respawn economy will get away. And that's going to put Praise out of the game.
Unbelievable. Praise is now out. Explosive's now trying to maintain his life. You know he's going to have to pack against him, or pack with him, rather, in those close engagements. Solar's, too. He's got to play carefully, which is really against the grain for NRG style.
And look at FNI. Look at their spawn. Look at their respawn economy.
3-2, 3-3.
Yeah, I mean, you just basically, like I said, pick a character. Let's say that you want to go after Explosive, right?
Yeah.
You know what character he is. You've been playing the map. Find that character and push it, right? Just Solars, Marcus, go. Right?
Yeah.
Find the Marcus and push it. Throw numbers at it. You can give a couple lives away.
And Crystallize with the drop shot still. I'm kind of curious, does he still have a round for it? Yeah, he does. So, I mean, that's a guaranteed elim pretty much. And if he can find Explosives or Solars, I mean, that's it. Well, there's Explosive. He goes down. So Praise, Explosives are now out. Solars has been spotted. No need to even bring out the drop shot. VGod's going to be up close. They're going to apply that pressure. It's only a matter of time before Solars is going to go down, even if he picks up. Yeah, he gets the VGod down to all 4. Solars is down. That's 3 players from NRG who can no longer play it out. And that great initial, unfortunately, goes to waste. NRG, there's nothing they can do.
Yeah.
Simply for the fact that they just didn't have the respawn economy. Second round in the second half. It was already pretty much over from that point forward. Summons now, he's getting rocked. There's 3 players from him on Fire and Ice. And that's going to be it. Fire and Ice is going to get this domination. Mental, nothing he can do. He's eventually going to get finished. And that's going to be a 5-2 victory. Fire and Ice leading finals against NRG, currently 1-0.
Yeah, chaining 4 rounds together late. Good job by Fire and Ice closing out their map pick again. We looked at that map pool early, and the first thing that stuck out to us was the fact that District got through, right? It looked like NRG decided to make that ban onto, I believe it was Asylum. So instantly you got to say, all right, first map, definitely in Fire and Ice's favor, right? NRG has been banning this map for quite some time. Clearly, they don't have the reps in this map. They have not been playing at a high level, and Fire and Ice did what they're supposed to do. They won their map pick, and they made it look easy at that, right? The first couple rounds definitely were getting a little dicey, but then that drop shot went down, and that fight ensued, and boom, they were off to the races. Huge plays coming in from guys like Crystallize. Of course, Exploits has been playing well all night long. Great plays from him as well. And now if you're Fire and Ice, it's a great start. You only got one more map to win this tournament.
Yeah, and not to mention, too, the duo of Choche and Bigot as well in those up-close fights, right?
Yeah.
I mean, duoing up, really putting the fight to NRG.